What's going on, you guys? It's WWE Asylum 16 here, coming at you guys with my SmackDown Live review for the second episode of New Era and the second week of the New Era. So we kick things off with a backstage segment between Randy Orton, Shane McMahon, and Daniel Bryan. Now, this all took place for the attack that Randy did last night when he showed up on Raw and he RKO'd Brock Lesnar out of nowhere. And apparently he came in from under the ring. So I don't know if he was literally there the entire night, but it was funny. Because I saw a video on Facebook of Randy coming from under the ring and then hitting Brock with the RKO. He probably just, I don't know what he did. Was he under the ring the entire show? I wonder. Because he probably wouldn't show up, during a commercial break where everybody sees him, and then he goes under the ring, and then he waits for the main event of the show, and then he just pops up. I don't know if he actually hid under the ring for the entire show, but if he did, that's hilarious. Because he got Brock Lesnar at the right timing, too. He hit him with that RKO, and bam, it just knocked him straight down. And he said all it would take was just one RKO to put the beast down. He was right. But Brock got up and he was furious afterwards. So, but that's when Randy escaped to the crowd. So, anyways, they were showing the RKO thing. They were showing Randy attacking Brock again when SmackDown Live started, and then Shane was telling Randy that you're putting yourself in danger for attacking Brock Lesnar before SummerSlam, and if Brock Lesnar shows up tonight, we all hell's gonna break loose. And so Shane has hired extra security for tonight in case Lesnar shows up and tries to attack Randy. So yeah, so then Shane told Randy that, hey, I gotta admit, that was pretty cool that you RKO'd Brock. So then the Miz came in and he basically said that ever since he's been drafted to SmackDown Live, they haven't been really doing much with the Miz and the Intercontinental Championship. But then Daniel Bryan said, you know what? I wasn't too happy when I drafted you to SmackDown Live. I only drafted you to SmackDown Live because you have the Intercontinental Championship. Okay, I don't care about you, I don't care about you, Miz. That's clearly what Daniel Bryan was saying. He really just wanted the Intercontinental title on SmackDown. He didn't want the Miz on SmackDown, but he had no other choice because Miz was the current champion. So it's not like he had no other choice. Plus, he didn't want the Intercontinental title and the U.S. title in the same show. So that's why they split that up. And then Daniel Bryan, he made a triple threat match for later tonight, a triple threat number one contenders match, where the winner will go on to face the Miz at SummerSlam for the Intercontinental Championship. It will be Baron Corbin versus Kalisto versus Apollo Creed. What? Daniel Bryan, you need to chill, man. I don't know. I don't know if anybody caught that. I'm sure everybody did, but we all know Daniel Bryan meant to say Apollo Crews, but instead he said Apollo Creed. I bet you Shane corrected him off camera afterwards, but man, that was funny. So apparently Apollo Creed is on SmackDown Live. No, I'm kidding. That was pretty funny. So then Dean Ambrose comes in and he gets to talk to Shane and Bryan, and he, talking about, I'm the champ on SmackDown, and I'm gonna go to the ring, I'm gonna address the WWE Universe and stuff like that. So he goes into the ring, and he's in the ring. He's talking about Dolph Ziggler, and then he brings up Ziggler, and then Ziggler comes into the ring, and they have a war of words. They have a heated confrontation. It was getting really, really good. The promos between these two guys was amazing. Dean Ambrose was literally... I don't want Dean Ambrose as a heel. I really don't. I mean, he would make a great heel like he was in The Shield, but I don't want to see him as a heel. So if you could tell, by the way, Dean was talking to Dolph in this segment, you could tell that Dean was showing a little heel colors. But I don't want to see that. I don't. I can't stand Dean as a heel. I hate it. He might make a great heel, but I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. So he needs to stay a face. He needs to stay babyface. If anything, you should turn Dolph Ziggler heel. Not that I don't have anything wrong with Ziggler being heel, or anything wrong with Ziggler being a babyface. I just think you should turn Ziggler here heel instead of Dean Ambrose. Just saying. Anyway, so Dean Ambrose, he's being perfectly honest when he's saying that Ziggler's, he may be the show stealer and stuff. He may be like shaking his ass all over the place, and just stealing the show every night. But he's saying that he's not gonna win at SummerSlam. And then that's when Dolph Ziggler got fired up. So it was Ambrose who fired Ziggler up on the mic, and then Ziggler basically said, "You know what? I'm gonna steal the show at SummerSlam. We're gonna have an awesome match. I'm gonna steal the show at SummerSlam, and I'm gonna win that WWE World Championship." And Dean was like, "No, you're not. No, you're not. I'm gonna go into SummerSlam. We're gonna have an awesome match, and I will walk out still WWE World Champion." And it just got really good between these two guys, and Ambrose was literally just on fire with the microphone here, just like how he is almost every single week. And then afterwards, when Ambrose when he left the ring, all of a sudden the lights went out, and then Bray Wyatt came in out of nowhere, and he drilled Dolph Ziggler with Sister Abigail. I was wondering what that was about, but then he said that he made it clear that Ziggler does not deserve to be #1 contender. He said to the WWE Universe, "Do you want to see this as your #1 contender?" So Bray Wyatt made it clear that he wants to fight Dolph Ziggler tonight. And if Dolph has balls, if Dolph has the guts, that he will put his #1 contendership on the line. Which means if Dolph loses, Bray Wyatt is #1 contender for the title at SummerSlam. So, you know what? Later on, Dolph Ziggler, he comes in, he talks to Shane and Daniel Bryan, and he said that he wants this match. But then Shane and Bryan are basically telling him, "You realize what you're doing, right? You don't have to have this match, Dolph. Because either way, you're still the #1 contender. You don't have to have this match." But then Dolph Ziggler was like, "You know what? I'm tired of everybody not believing in me. I want to make a change. I want to prove to everybody that I am the show stealer. I want to prove to everybody that I can beat Bray Wyatt. So he says to Shane, make the match." And Shane's like, "You got it." So now the matchup is official for tonight. The main event of SmackDown Live, Dolph Ziggler versus Bray Wyatt, #1 contenders match. If Dolph loses, Bray Wyatt is the new #1 contender for the WWE Championship at SummerSlam. This is getting good, man. Now we get into the triple threat #1 contenders match. Apollo Crews, or Creed, as Daniel Bryan said it, takes on Baron Corbin and Kalisto. This was a pretty nice match. It didn't last that long. It was pretty cool though. A lot of high flying action between the Crews and Kalisto. But Corbin, of course Corbin was the heel in this match, so he was beating the hell out of these guys and stuff. But in the end, it was Apollo Crews who picked up the win with the schoolboy on Baron Corbin. So now Apollo Crews is facing The Miz at SummerSlam for the Intercontinental Championship. So this is going to be very interesting, because this is Apollo Crews' first title match in the WWE. He didn't have a title match in NXT either, so this is literally his first title match ever. Okay, now let me address something here. So we have this women's match between Becky Lynch and Eva Marie, but it never even took place, because apparently when Becky was waiting in the ring and Eva was making her entrance, she literally just got into the ring, and then she was acting like she was injured, which apparently she was not. Okay, I don't care what any of you think. If you guys saw it, you could tell she was clearly faking her injury. Why would you want to fake your injury on your SmackDown Live debut? You idiot. You, as what Jericho would say, you stupid idiot. Why would you want to do that? Okay, that's just stupid. She comes in and she hurts her hamstring or something, and just walking through the ropes. You're not Kevin Nash where you just walk and you just tear your quad. Okay, what kind of BS is that? So that was really a waste of a segment. And I don't like that stupid entrance that she has. Just the all red everything crap. What the hell is that? Why do we have to watch that every time she comes out now? I have nothing against Eva, okay? I just freaking hate her. I can't stand her as a wrestler. She is terrible. Absolutely terrible. That's just my honest opinion. She may be a good-looking woman, but she is terrible at wrestling. And how are you just gonna fake an injury on your first night? I don't get that. That was a huge facepalm right there. So the match never even started. So yeah, thumbs down for that. That was horrible. Then Carmella and Natalya get into it backstage. Now Carmella was with Renee Young, and they were just talking. And then Natalya comes in talking about like how she should be interviewed and not Carmella. And then Carmella and Natalya got into it. And apparently they're going to have a match later on tonight. So that should be fun, I guess. Now we get into the most exciting matchup of the night, besides the main event. The Vaudevillains take on the debut of American Alpha. Now this was a feud back in NXT. And I thought this was going to take place last week. But it happened this week. It happened last night. And it was probably one of the best matchups of the night. American Alpha makes their debut against the Vaudevillains. Awesome, man. I love these guys from NXT. They are just so entertaining to watch. Jason Jordan and Chad Gable, amazing. Reddy Willen and Gable, I love it. I love their theme song. I love them as a tag team. They remind me of the world's greatest tag team back in the day with Charlie Haas and Shelton Benjamin. It's exactly what they remind me of, and it's been getting so good. So I'm happy they're on the main roster now, and they had an awesome match with the Vaudevillains. You know, they did all these crazy moves on the top rope. There was a spot where Chad Gable was on the top rope, and he did a double clothesline, taking both Vaudevillains down. And then later on, later on, they took each other out of the ring. They were celebrating in the ring, and the commercial break went on. Yeah, and then later, they picked up the win with their I don't know what their finisher is called. I don't know if they even have a name for the finisher, but it's where Chad Gable does you know what? It's where Jason Jordan lifts up his opponent, and then Chad Gable brings his knees right onto the back or spine area. I don't know, and then he pins him with a bridge. So that's a pretty cool finisher. I just don't know what it's called. Like back suplex bridge, some pin or something like that. I don't know, but there's not an official name for that. Either way, it was an awesome debut for the American Alpha. And I'm looking forward to see what these guys are going to be doing on SmackDown Live. Hopefully they're future tag team champions. Oh, by the way, during, what was that thing called? Talking Smack, which was the fallout from SmackDown, Daniel Bryan announced that there would be a new tag team championship coming soon. New titles coming soon to SmackDown. And I don't know if I believe he said there's a new women's title coming to SmackDown as well. So we might see a new women's title and new tag team titles coming to SmackDown. So that should be interesting. So AJ Styles, he's been wanting to address this for days now. He said when he got in the ring, he's been wanting to address this for days now regarding his message to John Cena. Then Cena comes out right away, and he clearly wants to know what's going on. And then this was literally one of the best promos of the night. Besides Ziggler and Ambrose, Cena and Styles killed it on the mic. Styles, I don't know what he was doing, but he was attacking the kids, and then he was attacking the adults, saying that, you don't have to be wearing Cena's stuff or whatever. He was just attacking everybody from the crowd, and then Cena had enough of it. And then Cena got fired up, and he said, you know what? You can attack the kids, you can attack the adults, you can attack anybody all you want. But I'm here for one reason only. To stay. AJ Styles, he wanted to know. He beat Cena at Money in the Bank. He wanted to know, why is Cena still here? And Cena clearly said, I'm here because I love it. I'm here because I love what I love to do. I'm here for these fans. I'm here to make an impact. I'm here to stay. I've been here for 15 years, a decade and a half. I am not leaving. And that's when anybody who looks me in the eye, who looks me dead in the eye and tells me, Mr. Johnny, when are you gonna leave the WWE? And that's when Cena said, never. Never. I will stay here till I die. And Cena was literally just on fire here. He had enough of AJ's BS. And he really wanted to know what AJ had to say. And AJ started applauding him. He's like, you see, that's the John Cena I know. That's the John Cena we all know. That's the John Cena I love. And that's the John Cena who never backs down from a fight. And so Cena wanted to know, well, I'm here. What's your message to me, huh? AJ Styles, John Cena, 1-on-1, SummerSlam. What do you say? And then Cena says, you know what? I have to teach your ass a lesson. I still have to teach your ass a lesson. You're wrong. So now the rematch is official. AJ Styles versus John Cena at SummerSlam. Can't wait. I can't wait. I told you guys. The reason why they had that 6-man tag team battleground match was because they wanted to save Cena and Styles for SummerSlam. It's exactly what they did. That Cena's team won at Battleground, and now it's official. The rematch is taking place at SummerSlam 2 weeks from this Sunday. I can't wait. It's gonna be awesome. It's probably gonna be one of the best matchups of the night. So SummerSlam is gonna be a fantastic pay-per-view so far. So Randy Orton has a match against Fandango because of what Randy said on the highlight reel last Sunday, where Jericho, he was talking to Jericho, saying like, "Oh, I will come back after 9 months and fight Fandango." So Fandango got offended by that apparently, and I guess they're having a match now. So Orton versus Fandango takes place, and Fandango gets beaten up pretty badly. Orton just taking control of the entire match. And he was going to hit the RKO. But then all of a sudden, Brock Lesnar comes up. He shows up. And you can tell, as soon as the commercial break came back on, and then they play Randy Orton's music, they showed all security around the ring to keep Brock Lesnar out of the arena. But it didn't help, because Lesnar made his way to the arena. He got over the barricade, and he F5 Randy Orton out of nowhere in the ring, and he sent his message to Randy. He got his revenge. He got his payback. After Randy delivered the RKO out of nowhere on Raw, he got his payback by delivering F5 out of nowhere on SmackDown Live. And that's when Shane McMahon, all the securities and the officials, they all came into the ring. They just all came in the arena, and they wanted to escort Brock Lesnar out of the building. That's exactly what they did. So when the commercial break was over, they showed during the commercial break that Lesnar was being escorted out of the arena, and Paul Heyman was there as well. So it was pretty intense. But then we move on, and we got this backstage segment between Daniel Bryan and Heath Slater. What is going on with Heath Slater, man? Like, I get that he's a free agent now, but he's just showing up on Raw and SmackDown now, like, every week. Like, what's going on, man? Where are you gonna go? So Daniel Bryan He gets off the phone. He's like, "What are you doing here? How did you get in here?" So Heath Slater wants a WWE contract. So Daniel Bryan says, "You know what? How about this? Next week you have a match, and if you win, you get a WWE contract. You become a member of the SmackDown Live roster. What do you say?" See, that's what I'm talking about. That's why I like you better than Raw. That's why I like you better than Stephanie McMahon. So, question is, who's Heath Slater's opponent? Well, who do you think? Gore! Rhino comes in, gores Heath Slater, and it's official. Rhino will face Heath Slater next week on SmackDown. If Heath Slater wins, he gets the contract on SmackDown Live. But it's highly doubtful that's gonna happen because Rhino is a beast. So we'll see what happens. But there's no way Heath Slater's gonna win. I could see the match as being like 2 minutes long or something like that, but there's no way Heath Slater's winning. So Shane, Daniel Bryan, and Dolph Ziggler, they're all talking backstage, and this was before Dolph's big match with Bray Wyatt, and Dolph really did not want to take any of Shane and Bryan's BS. He said it. He told them, "Screw you." He said that to their face. After Shane and Bryan were basically telling him the same thing they were telling him earlier. You don't have to have this match. You do realize if you don't win this match, Bray Wyatt is the new number one contender, right? Well, Dolph wanted to prove everybody wrong. He thinks that Shane and Bryan don't believe in him. He's like, "Fine, that's fine. Screw you." And he just walks away. And now the main event is on. Ziggler versus Wyatt. And this was an awesome match. I really enjoyed it. And as soon as Ziggler got into the ring, he meant business, man. When he made his entrance, he didn't do any of his shaking his ass thing. He wasn't going crazy with the crowd. He mean business, man. He just walked down the ramp, and he got into the ring. And as soon as the match started, he just nailed Bray Wyatt with the drop kick, nailed him with the Famouser, and he wanted to end him right away. Wyatt easily kicked out at 2, and then he took the fight to Wyatt. It was just an all-out brawl between Ziggler and Wyatt at the beginning of the match, and Ziggler just took everything. He just gave Bray everything he had, and finally, and then Bray Wyatt took advantage. And notice how Dean Ambrose was on commentary for this match. He wanted to see who was going to be fighting him at SummerSlam, Dolph or Bray. And then Bray Wyatt took control later in the match. And then Bray, he took off the turnbuckle. He wanted to, I guess, I don't know if he wanted to cause a disqualification or something, but he wanted to cause damage to Ziggler, so he took off the top turnbuckle pad, and now the exposed steel is exposed. So he wanted to put Dolph's face on the exposed steel. Dolph Ziggler reverses it, and instead he drives Bray's face into the steel, and then he hits the zigzag. But Bray kicks out. I was shocked that he kicked out. But after he put his face on the exposed steel, he drills Bray with a super kick. 1, 2, 3. Ziggler falls into the cover, and Ziggler is still number one contender. And Ziggler, he proved to everybody. He proved everybody wrong. Everybody who was doubting him. That he in fact is a show stealer. And he will do whatever it takes to stay on top of his game. So that was an awesome main event match. And I was kind of surprised that Ziggler won, because a lot of people wanted Bray Wyatt to win. I can understand why, but Ziggler was literally the highlight of the night, man. His promos were just intense. He was acting like a heel a little bit. He just meant business tonight. And then he proved it when he got into the ring with Bray Wyatt. Awesome, man. Awesome. I give the man a whole lot of credit. That was just an amazing performance tonight. Awesome. So now Ziggler versus Ambrose is still set for SummerSlam, but it didn't end because apparently Eric Rowan got into the ring. I forgot he was strapped at the SmackDown Live. I literally forgot he was still around. So Eric Rowan comes in and he attacks Dolph Ziggler. Dean Ambrose had enough of it. He tried to get involved. He gets taken out of the ring, and then Bray Wyatt drills Sister Abigail again on Dolph Ziggler to end the show. And what is that gonna mean? What is that supposed to mean? Are we leading towards another triple threat match? Who knows? But I think it should be just Ambrose and Ziggler, because those two together would just steal the show at SummerSlam, and I can't wait to see it. So there you guys have it. There's my SmackDown Live review for the second week in a row. What did you guys think of the show? Did you think it was better than Raw last week? Did you think it was better than the first episode of SmackDown last week? Let me know what you guys think of the show, and I'll be back shortly with another video. And notice that I just did this incredible drawing of Seth Rollins last night. It took me a couple hours, but I finally did it. And it just looks awesome. So I'm going to be drawing a lot more. I'm probably going to be drawing AJ Styles next, so you'll probably see that pretty soon. Anyways, guys, I'm going to get out of here. So once again, thank you guys for watching this review. Like this video, leave a comment, subscribe for more, favorite it, share it. I don't care what you do, and I'll be back shortly. So stay tuned, guys.